when the clock refused to stop. At exactly 4:17 a.m., Daniel sat alone on the edge of his bed, staring at the wall like it owed him answers. The room was silent, no phone notifications, no voices, no applause. Just the ticking of a small wall clock, each second sounding like a reminder of how far behind he felt in life. He was 32. No stable job. No clear direction. No proof, at least to himself, that he hadn't wasted the best years of his life. Earlier that night, he had scrolled through social media until his chest felt tight. People he once shared classrooms with were now CEOs, married, traveling, winning. And here he was, measuring success by whether he could fall asleep without anxiety. "Maybe I missed my moment," he whispered. But then something strange happened. The clock stopped. The ticking froze mid-second, as though time itself had paused to listen. Daniel frowned, stood up, and tapped it. Nothing. The silence was louder than the ticking ever was. And in that quiet, a thought entered his mind. Not loud, not dramatic, but firm. What if your life hasn't been delayed, but prepared? He laughed bitterly. Prepared for what? Failure? Embarrassment? Yet the question refused to leave. He remembered how many times life had forced him to slow down. Jobs that didn't work out. Plans that collapsed. Doors that shut without explanation. He had always called them setbacks. But what if they were training? What if patience was being built when nothing moved? What if strength was being formed when no one was watching? What if endurance was the lesson hidden inside disappointment? Daniel sat back down. For the first time in months, he stopped fighting the moment he was in. He stopped comparing timelines. He stopped judging his worth by someone else's highlight reel. He picked up a notebook and wrote one sentence. "I will start where I am, with what I have." Nothing magical happened after that. No sudden breakthrough. No overnight success. But the next morning, the clock was ticking again. And so was Daniel. He applied for work again, this time without desperation. He learned a new skill at night when no one was cheering. He failed quietly, improved slowly, stayed consistent when motivation disappeared. Months later, when something finally worked, people said, "You're lucky. You came out of nowhere." Overnight success. Daniel just smiled. Because he knew the truth. Time never stopped for him. It was shaping him. And sometimes, the silence you hate is not rejection. It's preparation.